you want to see the mandate of the Bank of Ghana, the most authoritative place to look is Article 183 of the Constitution and Section 4 of the Bank of Ghana Act. And for our purposes, if you would permit me, I'll read the mandate of the Bank of Ghana per the Constitution of the Republic for you. The Constitution of the Republic says that the Bank of Ghana shall, that is Article 183, Clause 2, promote and maintain the stability of the currency of Ghana and direct and regulate currency systems in the interest of economic progress. Today, my dear sister, we have recorded an unprecedented level of currency appreciation. 40% against global currencies. The dollar, the pounds, the Ghanaian cedi has recorded an unprecedented, it has never happened before in the history of this country, that our currency would appreciate up to the tune of 40%. In fact, appreciation of the Ghanaian cedi is a rare occurrence, and it has always been unstable. If you see a little appreciation, it's always marginal, and then it depreciates. Depreciation is the norm. But we have had a situation where for the first time in the history of this country, our currency has appreciated by 40%. How much was it when they left power? 14.7. That our currency appreciated to the point where it was single digit, it was 9 point something at a point. Today it is 11 Ghana cedis. That is the record. That is the job of the Bank of Ghana. The Bank of Ghana is fulfilling its mandate. Today, you summoned us this morning to discuss a marginal increment in inflation. You were concerned, and so you wanted government to speak to it, not so. You have become used to 3.3. Such that a marginal, in fact, a decimal increase to 3.4, you saw the need for us to discuss it as a topic. That is the Bank of Ghana at work. The outcomes justify the means. So if you are posting a loss of 60 billion, and you are doing inflation at 54%, you are doing exchange rate at 17 Ghana cedis, you are doing less than 2 months of import cover, there is the need for people to demonstrate against you. If you turn around and you are now saying that someone did a loss of 15 billion as compared to 60 billion, and that person is doing inflation at 3.3, that person is doing exchange rate at 11 Ghana cedis. In fact, exchange rate went under that person all the way to 9 Ghana cedis. Reducing your inflation figure to that significant number. About 8 months of import cover. And we are having complaints. Complaints of what? When you hear the MPP, they have not been able to speak as a matter of the Bank of Ghana and its mandate. They have never been able to say that the Bank of Ghana and the government of Ghana by extension is failing on its mandate. All they are trying to say is to revise history and re-narrate the reasons for which we protested against the Addison, management of the governorship of the Bank of Ghana. They are trying to revise it by saying that we said 60 billion loss just in a vacuum was problematic. We didn't say the loss was just problematic in a vacuum. We said the loss at the time, with the inflation figures you were doing, did not make sense. You were not fulfilling your mandate, but at the same time, you are posting losses. Then the response to us at the time, by Akosua Menu on Metro TV, was that the Bank of Ghana does not plant maize, the Bank of Ghana does not plant plantain. That was their response. So we were not just protesting a loss in a vacuum, we were protesting a loss that was not commensurate with the mandate of the Bank of Ghana. Today, I have told you that the Bank of Ghana's mandate is in Article 183 of the Constitution, particularly Clause 2 and Section 4 of the Bank of Ghana Act. If you want to critically examine the Bank of Ghana and whether or not it is functioning properly, the critical questions you'll be asking me is that you have been set up as an institution to achieve A, B, C, and D. Have you been achieving it? That is the question you ask me. If you ask me on inflation, I will tell you yes. The Bank of Ghana under Dr. Esiama has moved inflation from 23% to 3.3%. It increased marginally, in fact, not even marginally. This is in decimals, 3.4, and you are summoning a discussion over it. You are worried. That is what we are talking about. That if you have a situation where the entity is performing its mandate, what question are we asking? What is the real question we are asking? We are definitely going to get into that. We have a situation where the Bank of Ghana had to engage in sterilization and mop up in the system through its open market operations because of the bad policies you have implemented. Part of the loss that the Bank of Ghana is accounting for today is because of DDEP. Do you know that? Part of the loss that the Bank of Ghana is accounting for today is because of DDEP. But we have to own that because governance is what? A continuum. Despite owning some of those things that you have done, which is responsible for these losses, we are able to account to you on what the mandate of the bank is to achieve currency stability, which has been achieved. There's nobody in Ghana today, not even Satan, is able to challenge the fact that the government of Ghana has achieved currency stability in an unprecedented manner. Nobody is able to challenge that.
All right.
Nobody, even Satan, is able to challenge the fact that the government of Ghana has achieved stability when it comes to inflation. We have been doing single digits for how long now? Nobody is able to challenge that. Nobody is able to challenge our general economic outlook. In terms of the fact that Ghana today has about 8 months of import cover. When was the last time we had that? Nobody is able to challenge us. So they are not able to challenge us on the objective economic indicia. And remember, our economy was rated as junk. Do you know what President Mahama handed over to President Akufo-Addo? An economy of a positive outlook, B+, B positive. That was what was handed over to President Akufo-Addo. By the time President Akufo-Addo was leaving office, in fact, we were locked out of even our domestic bond market. We couldn't even borrow domestically, talk of externally. We were locked out of it because our economy at the time was rated as junk. Nobody trusted the government of Ghana to hand over anything today. Today, objective markets, Moody's, all of those institutions are rating Ghana's economy as B positive. That is the work we have done. So anybody who seeks to debate Ghana's economy and the role of the Bank of Ghana in terms of monetary policy management should face us with what the functions and the mandates of the Bank of Ghana is and the outcomes the Bank of Ghana is achieving on all of those mandates. If you are unable to actually come on those terms, and let's look at the figures objectively, the outcomes the Bank of Ghana is achieving, as against the time you were doing 60 billion loss, the outcomes you were achieving, the basis for our protests against you, if you are unable to do that, with all respect and deference to you, the people should shut up.
I believe that this is a good premise for us to talk about.